private universities. So we have both owners from the government and the private sector. I'm 35 years old right now. I became director for the first time when I was 30, 5 years ago, and still remaining as the youngest rector in Central Asia. Of course, it's a big responsibility when you are a woman and you are leading a technical university, having background in education. So this is a very interesting case in Kazakhstan when not engineer person leading the technical university. So that was very interesting case, and still under the big discussions among my colleagues, who is always asking me how did I do that. I'm always saying that there is no some secret receipt. It's just Allah who is supporting me, Alhamdulillah. And the main thing I'm always telling my colleagues, if you have initiatives and you are very active in promoting these initiatives, when you're always talking about these initiatives in the open way, so you don't always afraid of that somebody, will punish you that you told some bad things or good things.
Yeah,
You should be always an active citizen. That was I was always doing. I did my PhD in education at Nazarbayev University in Kazakhstan, and it's joint program with University of Pennsylvania in the US. Probably you know this university. It's in the top five
yeah, yeah, yeah,
university world in education sector. I did my PhD there,
yeah. Great.
and did yes, and did my master's at Columbia University, looking at development practices of UN structures. So this is how I internationalized my education, being Kazakhstani woman. Then I came back to my country to serve my country as the educator, as a reformer, who is doing a lot of changes within the higher education institutions. So this is the second university I'm leading. First was the Karaganda State Technical University. It was totally governmental university. 100% of the owners was the government. And 1 year ago, I joined the Meta University. It was previously Eurasian Technological University. When I came to this university, I talked to all of the stakeholders with whom I was working, and I actually requested that we need to change the name of the university in order to not to have this, regional aspect like Eurasian.
Uh-huh.
I'm always telling them that we are out of this border right now. We are not only Eurasian, and in order to be competitive globally, you need to, just skip these regional words. That is why we decided to avoid this and going through the rebranding process. So that is why Dr. Ali for several times asked the name of my university, because when we in Georgia, the university, not in Georgia, sorry, in Azerbaijan. My
Yes.
university name was Eurasian Technological University. So you see how far, it just was like 3 months ago, right, Dr. Ali? We
Yeah,
met
yeah,
for the
yeah.
first, yes, within these 2 months, I already changed the name of my university. So you see how quick we are, all of this transformation processes. So this is just a small information about me. And if you let me continue, I will go through this title that you proposed me to talk about.
Okay. And I also like to share about something, the Women University of Sawabi, that is in the some remote area of Pakistan, in the northern areas. So the students you are seeing, looking in your screen, it's like young masters or bachelor students. And the Women University of Sawabi, that is the new project in the government, that the women who are unable to get the education. You may know before 10 years there was some problem, the security issues in the northern area of Pakistan. So now they encourage women to start the normal life and they are getting education. So this
Uh,
is from there.
So happy for Pakistan. I'm so happy for these ladies. And I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of you ladies that you decided to take your life. You are at the university and you are changing now the situation, not only in your country, but the
Yeah.
worldwide. Thank you for your efforts.
Okay. So, okay, ma'am, you can talk now about the topic. So, tell me about that how the in higher education in the universities in Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, in the other in Central Asia, the how the research is going and how you think the higher education is being promoted, and what is the role of government and the people and for the women also.
Of course. I prepared very small presentation if I
Yeah, you
share
can
with
share the screen.
okay, wait. I think now, what is it telling me? You see my screen, right? And you see my presentation.
Yes.
Okay. hmm so before I start, I just want to say that we have many similarities within the Central Asia. It could be Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, all of these countries we are calling like the brother countries. I'm always saying not brother, sister countries. We are brother and sister countries together. And that was a main challenge for all of these universities after the collapse of USSR to become independent country and to develop own higher education system. And today I will focus on several interconnected challenges that universities are dealing with today. And it's just a small information about me, so I will fix it here. I need to throw it before, but okay, no problem. I will leave it, and I guess you can share my presentation later, of course.
Okay.
So, first, what I want to share with you is just, you know, that rapid technological change, it's a big issue for all Asian countries, including Kazakhstan. And we're talking about AI, automation, digital twins, you always hearing this, high performance computing, Industry 4.0, and all of these tools are developing faster than universities can adapt our curriculum. So most of our academic programs still operate on, let's say, traditional models, while industries expect graduates already to have competences in data analytics, simulations, machine learning, green technologies, and of course, as universities, we must find some ways to shorten curricular revision cycles, integrate micro credentials, collaborate closely with industry, but it's always a very challenging task. And when we're talking about research infrastructure, we always face outdated laboratories. I think it's the same for Pakistan. It's the same for all of us as Central Asian countries. When we're talking about insufficient access to high precision equipment, probably some fragmented digital platforms, limited computational capacity. And I'm always saying that for high level research in fields such as energy, metallurgy, transport engineering, AI, all of these spectrums we are covering in our universities, our laboratories actually must meet international standards. And emerging universities often spend a significant share of their resources on maintaining rather than upgrading facilities. So then you will tell me if it's true for your universities. And of course, this leads to a gap between global research expectations and our local capacity. The next issue is actually the talents. Universities, we always compete globally, for the best researchers. But many early career researchers, they leave for the stronger research ecosystem. And this is a big problem for me. I'm, as a rector, always try to find the best researcher in Kazakhstan to attract he or her, paying more salary and so on. But this person will just move a little bit later, and it's a big problem for us. And hiring and retaining talent requires not only competitive salaries, but also a supportive research environment like transparent grant systems, strong research teams, reduced administrative load, clear pathways for international mobility. And for doctoral education, the issue is even more complicated. The doctoral students are expected to produce actually world-class publications with limited access to infrastructure databases or mentoring networks. Recently, I had one PhD student who came to me and asked, Miss Aizhan, can I change my supervisor? I said, what's wrong with your supervisor? What happened? And he is saying he can't actually produce a very good article in the very reputable journal.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at PhD students, asking some more questions. So PhD students' expectation was that his advisor will produce the paper for him and will include this PhD student into the co-authorship list, and that's it.
Ah.
And I try to explain the PhD student that PhD education is firstly a honor work of PhD student who is working now on his research, and advisor is the person who advise, who facilitate, who helps, but not does the work for the student. So that was very interesting mixed expectation between PhD student and advisor. Uh, and of course, I insisted that he shouldn't change the supervisor just because the supervisor does not work on his article.
Mm.
And this is very a challenging process through the Kazakhstan, because not many PhD advisors do know their roles, and not many PhD students know what to expect from the supervision experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so when we're talking about research infrastructures,
So I have a question. You changed the supervisor for that?
no, no. I insisted that we will need to talk together,
Uh,
the supervisor, PhD student, and me, in order to have clear expectations plan from the supervisor and from the PhD student, in order to meet those expectations together and to explain what is the role of the advisor in this case. So we next week we have meeting together, and probably we will solve this issue. But it's not just a single case. Many PhD students don't know how to work with PhD advisor committee, how to collaborate together. And in Kazakhstan, we have very interesting model of PhD supervision. We have two advisors from our university, let's say, and one should be from the university which is, let's say, in top 500 in QS or THE ranking. So the PhD student should select an external advisor from the very repetitive universities abroad. And this is also a very challenging task, because not many PhD supervisors have external networks from the best universities worldwide, to get some, partnerships with other researchers who will agree to co-advise the PhD students in the research. So still we have these problems, but we are going okay. In Kazakhstan broadly, the percent of PhD completion rate, let's say, it's very low.
Ah,
PhD students are enrolled into the PhD programs,
mm,
but not get their degrees at the end. They cannot meet the requirements. And first requirement is PhD publications in Q1 and Q2 journals. This is always the problem for our students to publish.
so you mean they could not get the enough qualification to pass the exam?
They have enough capabilities to pass the exam, but they do not meet the requirement of publications.
Ah, okay. To publish in high good rank journal.
Yes, it
Okay.
should be in Q1 or in Q2
Yes,
journals.
yes.
Yes, like the percentile, like 75% and above.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's very difficult for our PhD students to publish there. That is why many of them just pass the exams, but they don't get their degrees.
So average, how much intake of the PhDs every year or every semester?
So if we, for instance, in Kazakhstan now, every year we enroll about probably around 500 new PhD students who are coming. So it's a general number in Kazakhstan.
Uh,
By the end of the program, only 10% of them will be graduated.
okay.
Others will just wait for publications or will never get this degree. So there are a lot of challenges. Like right now, we are in many working groups with the minister talking about how we can change the requirements so that our PhD students meet the international criteria. On the one hand, on the other hand, to make this more possible because now it's very challenging for them.
Ah. So do you think it's kind of also discouraging them to come in research?
Yes, because why they are not coming to research? First, the salaries are not so good.
Yeah, this is a overall issue.
Yes, yes. So if you have a PhD in my university, for instance, if you have a PhD and you are teaching and doing research, you will get about 1,000 US dollars probably. If you're working very hard. I mean, you have classes, you have research, and you have a supervision of some students. So you will receive $1,000, but it's still very high rate. Average is about $500.
Oh,
You see, and of course, who wants to work as a researcher, make all of this research stuff, communicate, go abroad, participate in conferences if they don't have money for that?
of course, this is the basic thing.
Yes, and since it's underpaid, they are not coming to research at all. Uh, the only thing is that it's just the internal motivation of the researcher, like a like a true desire to be a researcher.
Yeah.
Only these people stay in science, unfortunately. Others, and all of these IT colleagues from IT departments, they will never go to get PhD. They don't need that. They go straightly to the industry,
Yeah.
to the industrial companies, will get, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 thousand dollars per year or per month. And this is the way how they escape the research but go exactly to the industry.
Okay.
Yes. And of course, for me, for instance, in Kazakhstan, we have very nice program. We call it Bolashak, and it's translated as future. It's the national program funded by our president of Kazakhstan, and he's selectively uh, select the graduates of universities who then do the master programs abroad or do their research internships paid by our government. So I didn't pay any tenge, any dollar for studying at Columbia University. I didn't pay any money to study at University of Pennsylvania because my government funded all of these expenses for me.
Uh,
Yes, and I got my PhD in education and came back to Kazakhstan to, to pay back. Yes, because my government invested in me and in many, many talented youth to get this very good education to come back to my country and to work for the country. This was very nice reform for everybody because Kazakhstani people cannot afford always, studying abroad. It's very expensive.
yes.
Yeah, but when the government is paying for you and you are selected among all of these youth who applied for this opportunity, all of them are successfully receiving their degrees abroad from Harvard, from Princeton, everywhere. Yes. And we are coming back just to uh, learn that new experience abroad, come back to our country and to implement all of these things that we learned abroad. And this is actually nice
Yes.
reform, but what I found very difficult and challenging when you see the infrastructure of the very developed university, when you see these fantastic labs and fantastic funding, you're coming back to your country and you see that we are far from this.
Ah, true,
We,
true.
we are very far.
Yes.
Even if we are investing money, even our government supports our universities through the grants and money allocations. Still, our outdated research infrastructure is the main barrier and challenge for development. And I did my research on how PhD holders from abroad coming back to Kazakhstan, they reintegrate into this national research environment. And as I see now, it's a very big challenge.
So it's
Mhm.
because of the resources, like the level of education in abroad or in Kazakhstan, or it's because of like the standard in concern of finance. Like one is the resources that you have good labs and everything is established by the government support, and the other is that itself you do not have enough budget to maintain.
Of course, this budgeting, because of some level of corruption, this budgeting does not go directly, to research infrastructure development.
Oh, it seems
It,
like Pakistan.
corruption is everywhere, unfortunately, yes. Corruption, and of course, we know that our government is really working hard, but still, it's our culture. And corruption is a part of our culture, unfortunately. And
Ah,
money does not go directly to the source that is required. And sometimes we do not get this sufficient funding and we cannot update our scientific equipment, for instance, or, you know, buy supercomputer. It's not possible.
oh. So
Mhm.
it's same like before, or it's getting improved, the system.
It's getting improved.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, it's getting improved because the president actually changed all of these governmental officials. Our minister changed the the steps how to get funding is totally changed. It's now transparent.